going on, folks? It's been a while, but I am back. Here is another video of Ryan Reviews Everything, and we're talking about one of the latest true crime documentaries on Netflix that came out a couple of days ago. We're talking about Lover, Stalker, Killer. And I'm not going to give you the spoiler alert warning because this is really based off a true story. This is a true crime documentary style, whatever. So, yeah, this was probably one of the weirdest and creepiest love triangle true crime stories I've ever heard. So it follows three people throughout this documentary. Well, it focuses on three people in this documentary. It focuses on our main person by the name of Dave Krupa. Then we have Liz Golyar, and then we also have Carrie Farver. So quick backstory for those who are just completely unfamiliar. Dave Krupa moves to Nebraska in order to be closer to his divorced wife and kids, because he still wants to be close to his kids, of course. And being that he's divorced, he's single, alone in a new town, he decides to go on a dating app and see what's out there. And he ends up meeting a woman by the name of Carrie Farver. They hit it off, things like that. The chemistry is there. And he's very upfront, very honest. He's not doing any type of player stuff. He's like, look, I'm just here to have a good time. I'm not looking for anything serious. Let's just date around and see where things go, blah, blah, blah. So everything is cool, stuff like that. It's friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. And being that he's not in a monogamous relationship, he still dates around on the dating app, on dating apps just to see what else is out there. Long story short, he meets the second woman by the name of Liz Golyar. They go on a date or whatnot. And I guess in hindsight, when I think about it, things really kind of go south, I think, after there's been like this brief, very, very brief interaction with Carrie and Liz. The interaction goes like this. He's on a date with the new girl. Follow me here. New girl, Liz. They go back to his apartment, and Carrie calls him up and is like, look, I left something in your apartment. I need to go get it. Maybe she did it on purpose. You know how some things go. So, kind of makes things kind of awkward where, this other woman is literally interrupting a date to get her stuff out of this man's apartment. A few days go by, and next thing you know, Carrie is allegedly sending a string of text messages talking about let's move in together. And they've only been dating for like 2 weeks, mind you. And from that point on, it was just hell on earth for Dave. It was like these stalker-like text messages being sent every day, daily, almost every hour. Just threatening, creepy text messages, not only to Dave, but apparently to Liz as well. This went on for about, I think, 2 years of just like harassing, threatening text messages to both Dave and Liz. And throughout those 2 years, of course, they put in like a restraining order, went to the police and everything. And the police was like, yeah, well, if we can find Carrie, we'll definitely lock her up. We'll, whatever. 2 years go by, 2 years straight of just these nasty text messages and all these text messages about, I see you, I know where you live, blah, blah, blah. I see this woman that you just talked to at the shop, whatever. It was very scary stuff. Like, it was text messages letting Dave know that I can see you, all that type of stuff. So once again, 2 years straight of all this type of stuff, and police cannot find Carrie. For the life of them, they cannot find the person who was allegedly sending these text messages. Long story less long, they realized that Carrie has been dead for like 2 years. And long story short, it was actually Liz who was sending text messages to Dave, and I guess pretending to send these threatening text messages to herself to make her look like a victim and to make Carrie look crazy. I know that might sound a bit confusing. Maybe you got to rewind it a few times to really understand like how crazy this was. But long story short, Liz actually killed Carrie, I guess maybe for interrupting their date. That's the thing that got me stuck the most. I do not know what the motive was at all for Liz to take Carrie out. Yes, is it rude and pretty awkward to interrupt someone's date and and pretend that whatever you left at this man's house is that important to get? Yes, it's rude. But apparently, that was an extreme violation for Liz because, as I said, Liz ends up stalking and killing Carrie for that interruption and is pretending that Carrie is like this crazy stalker for like 2 years straight until she was actually caught being the crazy one. And she almost got away with it. Like, it literally took like a very in-depth tracking from like some IT specialists who worked for the sheriff's department and so forth. My opinion, moral of the story is, one, if you're in a relationship and you feel like you can work it out, and it's a safe environment, definitely try to work it out. But two, I really understand why certain people, like to screen their dates just to see if there's any type of craziness that pops up. And because on the surface, everything looked, normal and clean. Everything just looked normal in terms of Liz. But little did Dave know, she was crazy as hell. And that's one of the things like I did get from the documentary as well. Dave just lives with this regret of he feels responsible for Carrie's death because all he simply did was meet someone crazy who ended up being jealous of Carrie and killing Carrie. I really feel like it wasn't his fault. He was, only thing, he's not guilty of anything. It's just a single man dating around and he just so happened to run into a crazy person. So yeah, man, kind of short and sweet. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It came out once again a few days ago. Probably one of the weirdest things you'll ever watch. Hey, love it or hate it, that's my review. Peace.